We appreciate you being here this afternoon. It's the pre-match press conference for Jamaica against Honduras, the CONCACAF Nations League at the National Stadium. Kickoff is at 8 o'clock tomorrow, and the other matches in our group will take place simultaneously. Cuba against Trinidad and Tobago, and Nicaragua against French Guyana. All games 8 o'clock Jamaica time tomorrow. Before I open the floor for questions, let me introduce those that we have at our head table. To my immediate right, head coach of Jamaica's senior men's national team, Coach Steve Mcclaren, and to his right, Demarai Gray. Before we open for questions, I just wanted to point out from Demarai Gray's standpoint, his home debut was a year ago against the same opposition that we'll have tomorrow. So just a few remarks from Dimmy in relation to 1 year since his home debut and about 18 months as an international for Jamaica. Just your reactions to that, Dimmy, and settling into the national setup right now. Your thoughts about that?
Yeah, it's gone quickly, very quickly. But since I joined the national team, the Gold Cup, even until now, been nothing but joy. I've enjoyed it very much. Had some good moments, and yeah, one thing I'd say is a big standout. It's just progress and development that is constantly happening, and we've had lots of change throughout my time. It's all been positive change, and yeah, like I said, I'm happy to be a part of this group, and obviously focused on this competition and tomorrow's game, but looking very much forward to the future as well, because I think the future is very, very bright.
Thanks very much, Dimmy. So now we can be able to open the floor for questions. Please raise your hand, indicate, and let us know if your question is towards Coach Mcclaren or to Demarai Gray. So who would like to begin this afternoon? Alrighty, you want to kick us off?
Alright, Edivision TV. Coach, you played Nicaragua, good game. What were some of the differences you've seen playing against Nicaragua and Honduras?
One we played on an artificial surface, which was so different. Yeah, we really enjoyed the trip in the end to Honduras. Good facilities, nice field to play on, and a very tough opponent. Was not easy, but the resilience the players showed on that night was tremendous. To go a goal up, concede a minute later, but then to get the winning goal and then to defend for our lives to get the 3 points. It was, I would say there was quite a bit of pressure on the players and the staff and management at that time to win the game, and we did. But we know how tough it is against Honduras, so tomorrow's game will not be easy.
Follow up to that, Eddie?
Question for Dimmy. New coach, you guys seem to be adapting well to the tactics and so on, but what were some of the major differences between Coach Mac and the previous coach?
I think every coach has a different ways and style, and us as players, we don't select our coach, so we almost have to adapt to whatever coach we have and the environment that's created. But since the coach has come in now, I think the main and one of the most important things is just having a positive environment, and having that relationship with all the staff, and yeah, it's also a culture change for the coach as well, and I think the coach has adapted very well. All the boys are on side, all the boys are happy, and like I said, I enjoy coming to these camps because it's a great place to be, a great environment to be, and you're representing your country. So that's the off-the-pitch stuff. I think the on-field stuff is it's nothing too complicated. It's just the basic things and being disciplined in our shape, and we have a lot of creative players in the team to make the difference up top. So once you build a good core and foundation, and the way the coach wants us to play and the style he wants to implement, it's you feel quite free when you're playing, and so far we've been successful. And as you said, tomorrow's going to be a difficult game, and we're a very confident group, and yeah, I think tomorrow we can get the points as long as we do things properly.
Alright, good afternoon, Coach. Here from Knockins TV, Jordan Woodfine. You made a brave decision on including Tariq McGee back into the squad. I want to know what you think of his performance last match, and should we look on any other players that you're going to reintroduce back into the fold?
We're always looking, we're always searching, and as I say, it's only our second camp. The first one was more or less we picked the same squad that was for Copa, and then in the meantime, we've had a look around. We're searching the world for good players. Quite a few playing in the US, not in MLS, but USL. So we had a look at that. We've got Meron, who knows every player for the last 10 years, youth players coming through, so that's a help. And maybe we're looking for a different type of player. And like we said, all the players who come into the squad, you've got a great opportunity. The key thing is that they stay in the room. That means they train well, perform well when called upon, play well, be successful, keep fit, keep playing well for their club, and you get an opportunity. So I'm delighted the way that it's gone. Believe you me, we're still miles away from where it should be and what I want it to be. But I think, as Dimmy said, the understanding of the players has been the spirit is the resilience. You can see it on the field. They have bad spells, but they get through it with fight and spirit, and then they've got the quality, I think. Why we won in Honduras, why we won in Nicaragua was, we defended one box really well, and the other box we had quality to score.
All right, coach. One more question before I leave. We normally keep local camps in Jamaica. A lot of local camps for the national team. Will you be implementing any local camp during your time here?
Yeah, been to I think 2 or 3 games already. Cavaliers and Mount Pleasant. And already we picked Adrian Reed from Cavaliers in the first camp. In this camp, Anguilin comes in. I watched him, I liked him, so he's got an opportunity to maybe shine. And I want to look at the league, and maybe there are players in the league who have been overlooked or who have played previously and not really got a look in. That I'm open to everything. I'm planning for World Cup 26 qualification in just under a 12 months time. So I want to get the best squad together, the best balance together, and to keep the spirit which is already there. We've seen the additions we've had. Mason Holgate, we got his clearance through in the last minutes on Thursday, and a good job, because he came on and did a great job. Lati was struggling, and he just slotted in, came in, showed his experience, and we may need him again tomorrow.
Daniel?
Hi, for Coach and Dimmy, in the last international window, it was a pleasant surprise to see that many supporters at the stadium. When you think about the atmosphere in Honduras and Nicaragua, I know it's sometimes a cliche, but how important is the sort of the 12th man to have that type of support and the atmosphere to sort of boost the team?
I think it's very important. If I like going to them countries and playing away, because I like the hostile feeling about it. It kind of gives me a bit of a boost as well. But I think the stature of Jamaica itself, and I've said it before, I think just the Jamaican culture all over the world is very popular. And like I said, it's an honour to represent the country and play. But like I said, it's always something I'm always looking forward to is your stadium being full, the sell-out one day. And that's for many of us, So having that atmosphere and the 12th man, if you want to call it that, behind you is massively important. And I've played football long enough to know how much it can intimidate teams as well. And I think the quality we have in the team, a lot of teams are intimidated already. So with the fans backing and support, it's just an extra bonus for us.
One of our goals, the vision that I have especially, is to fill the stadium, to have a full house, and it to be what we call rocking, because with the music and everything going on around the game, it's very different from Nicaragua, it's very different from Honduras, but just as intimidating. And I think it's not about intimidation, it's about uplifting the home players. That's what a home advantage is, to lift you above the opponent, to give you extra 10-20% to deliver the result. So we need the fans. We were talking about it earlier. You know, the worst thing is, you know, in COVID, no fans, killed the game. Killed the game. Fans came back, reignites the game, and that's what we want the supporters to do tomorrow.
Yeah, and just one more. In terms of, you obviously going every game to win, knowing the position in the table, does that affect your approach in a sense compared to when we were first here against Cuba and it felt like, you know, we had to get that goal and get that 3 points?
We've told the team, look, we started with a disappointing draw, we should win. But we've put ourselves in a position to finish top of the group. So finish the job. That's what we say. It's like the last 5 minutes, you're 1-0 up, 2-1 up. Finish the job. That's the message to the players. And to finish the job, we need to win the game. That's, for me, the most important. You play at home, you're playing in front of supporters, so you're playing for them. You're playing, and not to entertain, but to perform standards, have a good game, win, and as I say, finish the job. I'll keep repeating.
Yes, coach, just want to find out basically your experience playing against this Honduras team before, what you expect from them come tomorrow, and just give me an idea how they plan to deal with the Honduras trip.
Yeah, I think I'd be interested in his opinion on what it was like to play against them. Wasn't very comfortable on the bench, I know that.
No, it's obviously my first game here was against them, and I think the last camp we played them was very difficult. They have a lot of quality, and they're quite free in the way they play. You know, they're not a team where you can say, okay, they do this and they do that. Quite free and they change a bit, and they're a physical team. So I think, you know, as a team we're well aware of the threats they have, and that's for us to, you know, control that and maintain it. But like I said, we're aware, but we focus on what we need to do best, and I think as long as we do that, we should win the game.
I'm looking at a year ago, and when I got the job with Jamaica, that's the first game I looked at was the Honduras game. It wasn't a very good game, I didn't think, and there was one bit of quality in the game. And we're looking for the same tomorrow.
Talk about your quality, Demi. Not as hot as when you just came into the team. Still playing consistently well though. I think you'll be able to get back in that form. I think they're the reason why there has been a small dip, not a major bit, a small dip in their form.
Yeah, I think for all attackers, especially wingers, it does get like that. You have a bit great patches and patches where you haven't scored as much, and I think it's just, you know, being resilient and trying to find that form again. And you know, every time I get the opportunity to play, especially here, is to do what I know I can do. I've showed my quality numerous times, and you know, my job is to create goals and score goals, and you know, I go out every game with that mentality. And if I don't, even if we win, you know, I still have that inner disappointment, because you know, it's about us improving every time. But my job is to help the team, and you know, I'm always looking to play at my highest level, and yeah, just help the team. And I'm pretty sure, you know, let's say tomorrow, I'll bring the phone back.
One more for you, coach. The passing game has been coming along well, and even in the away game we have seen it. Can we expect to see a full dominant performance tomorrow against this Honduras team?
It's very difficult because I count the amount of sessions that we've had and the information that we give to the players. Credit that the team is where they are at the moment. I think the first message from day one was be brave, take the ball and deal with the ball. And that is still the message now, and that's what I've been impressed with. We make mistakes, we have errors, we don't do it very well sometimes, but we're growing. We're not there yet. Honestly, we're miles away. But I'm pleased with the progress that is made. We're trying to keep it simple, but also try to build something which I think the quality of the team, the squad, they can go to the next level. And at the moment, that's what we're hoping for. So we're not dominant. We're not that comfortable at the present moment. But the key thing is we're working hard. So in possession, out of possession, if we want to press, counter press, the team is behind that and working towards that. So yeah, satisfied, but can do better.
One last one, coach.
How many questions you have?
Yeah, this one I can probably address this one because I came in late. Will we see Terry from the start tomorrow?
You will see tomorrow.
Kimo?
No.
Yes, I do. Go ahead.
Coach, you've given Mesa Holgate his debut for Jamaica. But where do you see him playing in the future? Centre back, right back, or as a 6?
What a good question. I've seen him play right back, I've seen him play centre back, I've seen him play midfield. And I think in a squad, when we talk about balance, you have specialists. Right wing, left wing, he's a specialist. He's one-on-one, he creates, he scores. That's what he's got to do. Then you have others, like we have Lati at the present moment, not playing centre back. I've seen him playing centre back for his club, right back for his club. And number 6, he's playing number 6 for us and doing a great job. So players, some have to be adaptable, gives them an advantage, and some have to be specialists, but then they have to deliver.
Thank you. He Blake Drainey with sports. My questions are first to Demi, and might have a question to you, coach. First, Demarai, coach, congratulations on well-deserved 3 points in Central America. Always, don't know if you were aware of how notoriously hard it is for Jamaica to win on Central American soil. But for Demarai, the first question is, for you and the other players who are new to the team, how was the environment of playing in that hostile environment of Nicaragua? How was it for you, and what did the team build on in the second half to keep you together and keep you going? We saw the missiles coming in. Go ahead.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know why. For some reason, I love atmospheres where it's a bit hostile and you get crowd are against you, you might get a bit of abuse and stuff. I kind of thrive off it. It gives me, you want to show them what's what. But I think we've got a good balance in the team, young and more experienced. And I think with that balance, if things get difficult, I'm probably saying every game we play, we have periods where we might be under a lot of pressure when we're defending our box. And as coach said, we've done it well. People put their body on the line. So I think the balance in the team helps a lot, and having that experience in the team. So I think that's a big positive for us, because I think it's it's very easy to go under in the moments, but so far we've kept the ball out of the net and put our bodies on the line. And I think when we play the types of teams we play, that's always going to be required. So it's kind of a basic for us, and it's how things will be.
And the second question is our home game coming up tomorrow. There, and if you are aware, both coach and Demi, Simon knows for sure, that in 1997, 96 coming up to 98, we had a 50-game undefeated in what we call this the office. I'm asking, are you aware of it? Coach, are you and the boys and the players ready to continue to build on that so that we get to another 50 or 100 games undefeated and get this back to be in the office? And at the same time, as I end my question, to call to the fans to fill the stadium up as we used to, as we play our role as the 12th man. Tell us about the unbeaten record going forward. What are your plans and the feelings on it?
It's difficult to do that again. It's very difficult at this level. And you're right, the office. We always say home stadium. It's our home. Nobody comes in here and takes our home away. Same with the office. So we have to put a run together. I don't know the record of home games
49. 49 games.
at the moment.
No, right now. At home. 3. 3 unbeaten at home.
3 unbeaten at home. So we've a long way to go before we get to 49-50. You know, for me, to win the next one is the most important.
Yes, like what Cole said. It's a long distance to get to that number, but obviously that's an amazing record. But we can only look at game after game, you know, because each game is very difficult. But I think the more we progress, the more difficult the opponent. So there's always going to be a challenge here. But as Coach said, this is our home, regardless. And anytime we play, especially here, the job is always to win. So if we get there, it'll be amazing.
I can sneak one in. Joshua Angley has been added to the squad. Could you tell us, Coach, what you have seen in that player, based in the domestic JPL league for Mount Pleasant? What have you seen in Joshua Angley that caught your eye?
I watched a couple of games before the camp, Cavaliers and against Garnets, and then I nipped over to see the second half of Mount Pleasant, and he really impressed me. I think he's the number 6. You have to be able to deal with the ball, and that's what I saw. He could deal with the ball, and he was quite aggressive as well. So I remember saying to Melon, I like this player, and we had an opportunity with Damien Lowe being suspended that we could bring one in, and I said to him, this is your opportunity. You've got a couple of days training and you're on the bench. Who knows? We might need you. So be ready and impact. So as I said, you know, the squad is not closed. It's not for definite. There are opportunities for local players. And what I've seen already in the games, there's some quality. There's some quality. And there's some quality also in the US, in the UK, and around the world. You know, playing in Turkey, playing in Norway. We found Norman Campbell. So we're always searching, because I think with that vision of 2026, we're building towards a good squad. So already Mason Holgate from the UK, and Norman Campbell, to name a few. We've had a few coming in.
All right, Garfield.
Coach, what's the injury status of the squad coming off playing on that artificial surface? I know it may be rough on the ankles and the knees on some of the players. I saw some wrapped up in ice after the game. What's the status of the players going into the game tomorrow?
Yeah, you know, we got a reaction from Antonio, you know, just in training. We got a reaction from a few players, so we have some limping about, ice on the shins, back sore. But the medical team have done a great job. Rubbed up to death. Got the stiffness out, I hope, and we should have a fit squad to pick from.
In terms of the team that was selected for the game on Thursday, I know you may have selected some based on the surface that we were playing on. Do we go back to the team that you originally had in mind come tomorrow now that we're back?
I got to say that was the team I had in mind. Doesn't matter the surface, they were the team that I definitely had in mind. You know, okay, with Mickel dropping out was different, and substitutions, but yeah, that was the team I thought. Yeah, it's the team to start, and I have one for tomorrow, and you'll find out tomorrow.
Any other questions?
Coach, Kyle Dixon, coach. I haven't seen much of Kyle Dixon since, and he was one of our brightest Kyle Dixon.
Yeah.
They haven't seen much of him since you have taken over. He was one of the brightest spark prior to you coming in. Any thoughts on Kyle Dixon? You haven't seen much of him.
I love Kaheem. And the best thing he did was to go to the UK. It's a good club, Charlton. I know it well. And he had a funny summer. I think he didn't train. He was involved in Copa, and then had a rest, and then everything. And then Charlton, the move. That took a while to get a visa, so he's not training with the group. So I don't think he trained with the group until 2 days before the start of the season. He's not played many games. He has to settle down in his environment, which is difficult. But I love Guy. He will develop and grow. So whereas the progress was like that, it's plateaued. But his next stage will be good. So that's what we're looking forward to.
Any other further questions? David?
Coach, King from Baldbury TV. Sorry to ask you a personal question about an individual player, but are you surprised at the quality of Tyreek McGee, and seeing you playing him on the right, where do you see him playing going forward? Where is his best position in your opinion?
Yeah, he didn't do bad on the right. He was okay. He's a player who, same, like they're a specialist player. They win your football matches. We expect him to win the football match tomorrow. Tyreek's another one, so they're special. And that's what I saw from Tyreek, from the clips when I first saw him. He could deal with the ball, handle the ball, he was creative, he kept it. The three things I said right at the beginning of the interview, that's the kind of player that we're looking for. Handle the ball, deal with the ball, want the ball, and brave to do it in hostile atmospheres. So, yeah, it was. He came out with a big plus.
Any other questions? Our members of the media, as per CONCACAF regulations, we kindly ask that you remain in the tunnel until 4 o'clock. The players will be getting their strappings done and also their stretches in, so we kindly ask you please to remain in the McDonald tunnel until 4 o'clock. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much, and we'll see you in a few minutes.
Thank you, Jimmy. And ladies.